Aloha, everybody. Welcome to the Coconut Wireless with Mel and Charlie. Lots to talk about. Let's go. Hello, everybody. Again, thanks for joining us tonight on this Friday evening. It is November 8th, and we have none other than Uncle Charlie. What's up, Uncle Charlie?
Good evening, brother Mel. Good evening, everybody out there in wherever you are.
He's still a
Good
little
evening.
delirious. It's Friday. It's Friday. Long weekend coming
Yeah,
up. Not a long. No, it is a long weekend. No, it's not a long. Yeah, it is a long weekend. Veterans
Veterans Day
Day.
on Monday. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I hope you guys can come out to the Veteran Cemetery on Monday, pay tribute to our amazing veterans out there in Hanapepe. But yeah, man, looking forward to the weekend. We got Pop Warner this weekend out there in Hanapepe. Hanapepe, Pop Warner and their baseball team, they have a carnival going on out there at Hanapepe Field at the stadium. They have a 2 day carnival and 2 days of Pop Warner football. We're hosting a couple of teams from Kohala on the Big Island.
All
So if
right,
you're in the area,
on.
man, stop by, go support the Hanapepe youth sports out there, and enjoy the food and all kinds of good stuff going on. Our good friend Alden Pablo out there and his team putting that together. So let's see who we got. Kehao, aloha, and of course Susan. Happy Aloha Friday to you too.
Yes, happy Aloha Friday.
Yeah, man, we got lots to talk about. Damn, a lot of happenings the last couple of
Yep.
days, I guess.
hmm
Let me hold on, Charlie. Let me fix your camera over here. See,
Okay.
cause yeah, look at that. Look at that. I can bring you. Whoa! There you go. Oh my God! Here we go. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Lots of. I'm almost afraid to talk about the election because I just but you have to, right? It's we got a new president coming in. Somewhat of a new council coming in. Big Island mayor is going to change. Lots of changes in the state house. Um, Fun times, I guess. Fun times, I guess. Let's see. Kehao, you haven't been to a carnival in forever. Well, you gotta get to one. You gotta go. Have fun. There was a Kapa Elementary School last week did a little carnival for their kids and their families out at the on their campus, and they had Ken Cavallo had all his rides, and all of the different grades had their little games that they were playing in the tent. It was a real carnival atmosphere, and Charlie, it's been a long time since we've had a like a carnival atmosphere. I mean, we've you guys out on the west side do a lot of fun things, but this was a true. You had all the games, the ring toss, the soda toss. Um, they had Plinko. I think it's called Plinko. Plinko, the one you drop the little thing. Tuku, tuku, tuku,
Yep.
tuku, 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 tuku. Yeah. But just to see all the kids and their families out, that was wonderful. So yeah, I hope you guys can make it. I hope you guys can
Outstanding.
make it. Susan,
Outstanding.
thank you, Susan. Yes, we are very excited and happy with the results. Very,
Well,
very
Mel, let
excited.
me ask you. Since we're on the topic of the election, there. First of all, congratulations
Thank you,
on being
sir.
reelected to the council. And to everyone who made it this year, of course, I'll be honest and uh, say that our good friend, well, my good friend Ross Kagawa did not make it, but that's just how it goes. It's anything is possible, and I know all the candidates worked hard. I know you worked hard, and people, many voted with their hearts and what they believed. And so when it was all said and done, the numbers showed who they wanted, and that's just. I
That's
mean, even if you had to look at the presidential race, I everyone knows that I was not a supporter of the president, but I respect the position. So whoever occupies the position, You respect the position and you hope for the best, and you do your part as being part of this great nation that we live in. And
Yeah,
if you practice, like I'm saying, if you practice your right to vote, that's your God-given right. The main thing is you voted. So and you stand by what you voted on, and it's those who didn't vote and they grumble. That's the ones that I have a hard time with. I said, man, you could have made a difference, but you didn't. So, but congratulations to everyone. We got a new Speaker of the House. Very, what can I say? We are blessed on Kauai because she for many years have been on the Kauai Council. She was a managing director. Everything generated from here, and now she first in history, first female to hold that position, that coveted position, and I know she will do well. So congratulations to Nadine Nakamura as the new Speaker of the House for Hawaii State Legislature.
yeah. Thanks for bringing that up.
Outstanding.
We have the Senate President and Speaker of the House, both from
Yes.
Kauai. Representative D. Morikawa, also from Kauai, also on the leadership team at the State House. So yeah, we're in a good spot right now as far as state leadership. But yeah, I did want to talk a little bit about how elections work, and I've won a bunch and I've lost a bunch, and it's never fun when you lose an election. It just is not. It doesn't feel good, and I always say, and politics, elections are should be like a football game, right, Charlie? You go out and you play the football game, you give it your all, you have your strategy, and your opponent has theirs, and at the end of the game, at the end of the election, you shake hands, you stay with your main friends, and then you move on to the next one. That's just how it's supposed to be, and that's how it's been here on Kauai. I think yeah, we lost two council members, Billy DeCosta and Ross Kagawa, and we got Arrow Kanashiro back and newcomer Fern Holland, and looking forward to working with them again, with Arrow, and then of course Fern. I think Fern will bring again some new young energy, and I'm looking forward to it. But politics is strange, it's an interesting animal, um, and I remember in all of the elections that I've lost. The supporters always come up and say, "Bah, you should have won," blah blah blah. You're the better candidate, blah blah blah. But at the end of the day, like you just said, Charlie, the people vote. The best candidate wins because the people spoke, and
Yep.
that's how it works. And I can say it because I've lost three times, and it's never easy. But again, you just pick yourself up and move on, and never stop contributing to your community. You don't have to be a council member or a mayor or a representative. And I think, Charlie, you and Auntie Steph are living proof. You guys do so much, and many of our villagers here do so much in our community. And yeah, you don't need to be elected to make this place better. You don't. So yeah, I am excited, and I'm looking forward to the next 2 years, and we'll see
Well,
how it goes.
I want to ask a question that I think I may have asked it before, but again, I am still optimistic, but yet cautious at the same time. And the reason why I say that is because I look at our state of economy right now, where we're at. I'm asking myself time and time again, what product does the county of Kauai have that can be sold to generate revenues for this county? I know back in the early days, we relied on plantations, right? You relied on sugar cane, pineapple, stuff like that. And then we moved over into the realm of tourism. Now, it the word itself is popular with many, but not so popular with some. And so I think in this era, I saw what happens if tourism went away, and that was during COVID. It was scary. But remember now, I was one of those. I was adamantly opposed to shutting down and this and that, and just so upset with the mayor. But that just showed you one thing: I was wrong and he was right, and I admit that. I mean, he did what he had to do to keep people safe, and that's what I wasn't looking at. I wasn't looking at, and it's so ironic being, you know, former police officer. Number one, safety, right? But I wasn't looking at safety at all. So now I come to this point and I ask myself, if you have a driving force that wants to put a stop to tourism, where do we look to get our income to keep government going, to keep our economy going, especially on Kauai?
Yeah, it's funny you bring that up because it was it was COVID that started the Mel and Charlie show. It was COVID when we decided to bring on the police chief. Well, I think the first show we did was with Senator Kochi and some of the representatives, but we decided to, hey, you know what? The curfew was going on. There was a lot of restrictions, so we brought on the police chief at the time and had a discussion on the curfew, and then and then we never stopped for a couple of years. We did it every night for
Yeah,
a couple of years. But I think, Charlie, two things. Number one, if anyone thinks, and I said this many times during the campaign at forums and at town hall meetings, that if anyone thinks that we can get away from tourism, I think you're terribly mistaken. I just that Kauai and our state is a destination, and tourism will always be a part of our economy, a major part. Now, having said that, the number two thing is we are in a position that we should be able to re-energize our agricultural industry, and I think that is where, Charlie, there needs to be a balance, because what I have seen over the years, and I'm sure you have too, and many of our viewers, that we often do things statewide, even at the local level, that encourages and tries to build our tourism industry, and we forget that we got a bunch of local residents that are carrying that burden on their shoulders in the way of resources, in the way of parks and beaches and roads. And so I think there needs to be a balance. The only other viable industry that we could explore and actually benefit our local people would be ag. I mean, um, the farms out on the west side, Alec Yoon and Alex Sue, and their entire operation out there. We're hoping that they'll be able to expand more and more. But we have an abundance of lands. Some will argue we don't have water, but we have water. We have a lot of water, and it's just, again, it's the mindset that our leaders at the state level and at our county level need to embrace, and we need to incentivize and get more farmers in the dirt. That's how you're gonna stimulate the ag economy. But even then, I mean, you couldn't. There's no way you could get rid of tourism and replace it with with ag. But I do
so
believe there is a balance that we can have that would allow both industries to thrive, but not put any additional burdens on our local residents. I believe that that is possible.
so I've never delved into, and that shows you how naive I am. You know, if we're to put up a chart right now, our economy for the county of Kauai, percentage wise, the largest contributor is into our economy is tourism, right? That's one. Would you say that?
Yeah, I mean, I think
Yeah.
as far as business is concerned, absolutely, absolutely.
And then, so if we was to, look at how the economy is driven and what contributes and all of that, I think I'm getting affected by so many of our younger generation when, when they reach, when they graduate from high school, they've made up their mind that they're going to move away. And see, that's what I worry about.
Oh yeah.
You're right, about agriculture, but there's not that many young ones that's saying, you know what, that's where I'm going to go to, agriculture. I wish there was more. Um, is Uncle Charlie want to get my hands dirty? I'll be honest, no. I mean, I played in the dirt as a young kid, but ask me to plant, I kill plants, and I don't do it on purpose. It's just that the patience factor, what you need to understand on growth and all of that, I don't have it. But like you said, Alex Sue, I mean, look at what he does. Now, he provides a lot in for the Costco stores. And that's, you talk about sustainability, but he needs to do more and he understands that. But it takes a whole army, it takes labor, it takes water, and it takes what has to be done and not get pushback from some of these groups that said, hey, this and that. I mean, if you're worried about whether they're putting something in the ground that's not right, go and ask him. He welcomes you with open arms. Excuse me. But
Yeah.
don't condemn those guys that are working so hard. And those are the kind of things that I worry about. I worry about because you can get people discouraged real fast and say, you know what, I had enough of this. Bye bye. And
And that's why, Charlie, we all gotta make that industry attractive again, because they were. I remember in high school we had Future Farmers of America.
yep.
Yeah, I signed up because I wanted a jacket. Yes, I did. But if many of those people had opportunities back then to go into the farming industry, the ag industry, and now doesn't exist unless you want to go, like you said, right? You want to go plant taro or pull weeds, but we as government, as leaders, got to incentivize that industry like we did for sugar. If it wasn't for the subsidies that the government provided the sugar industry, they would have been gone a long time ago, way
Mhm.
before they actually did. So how do we design that industry to a point where we can have our kids learn and get educated here on island or in this state, and not have to go away? Because once they go away, it's very difficult to bring them back because it's very difficult to live here, very very difficult to live here. So um, yeah, it's gonna take a village to restore the ag industry. I just in my own personal experience, been doing this a long time in government. We can talk about, hey, how about the ecotourism, or how about the medical, the healing industry, or the high tech industry. That's all been tried, and it's very difficult to operate businesses here, um, because we're so isolated from everybody else. And people can high tech. I mean, they're Silicon Valley, or now they're all in Texas now, because those states provide incentives for these industries to thrive. So
Right.
if we want to diversify our economy, just the nice beaches and the blue skies and the nice climate alone is not going to do it. No, no. There's got to be a fiscal or financial advantage, understanding that the cost of living here is so high and everything is expensive. So there has to be an incentive. We do it for the movie industry, right? The state gives these movie guys tons of tax breaks because they want to do movies. Why? Because it promotes the state. Why? Because then it promotes tourism. Well, let's focus that energy on focusing and promoting our local residents, and giving them an advantage, giving them an industry, helping with an industry that our local kids can participate in and stay here. Uh, we don't need to promote this state any more than we already do. And the movies, that's why they do it for the movies, right? Because it generates revenue. So that's just my piece. I gotta let me just get to
Yeah.
this question, because this
Yep.
was one that Makala put up a while ago. How do we contribute our Safer Council chair? Just send your testimony, Makala. You know the address, I'm sure. Council testimony at kauai.gov. Council testimony at kauai.gov. Marshall, what's up? Keith
There.
Sakamoto Grab. Sakamoto grab. I think wasn't that the agriculture teacher at Kauai High School? I think so. Let's see. Hang on here. Need to get back all of our water. Absolutely. There was just a big thing going on at the state today. In fact, Maui, the director of the DLNR wanted to open up a contested case hearing, and it did not pass. So, how do you cultivate the next generation of? Good question, Jimmy. What is the answer? How do you cultivate the next generation of? Put that in your
Farmer.
comments. What you think it should
Yep.
be? Could be farming, beekeeping, Jimmy. Farming is really hard work. Absolutely. Okay. Thanks for the comments, guys. My kid's moving away. Son finished college, stayed in Oregon. My daughter just started college in Oregon. Also, you know my story.
Yep.
Maui has an amazing junior high and high school FFA program. They visited Kauai last year for a competition. Awesome. Here we go. Farmers, landscapers, producers. Yeah, you can fill in that blank with a lot of things. And my, my my point is it needs to be farming, landscaping, producers. It needs to benefit our local community. Sustainability, as you talked about earlier, Charlie, like Alun Farms, they, they definitely provide food for our local people. Sam Shirai says, disciplined farming, don't chase the seasonal profits that end up flooding the market and depressing the prices.
Exactly.
Yeah. We need more programs like Go Farm. Yeah, and if you don't know about Go Farm Hawaii, go check it out online. If you're a farmer or an aspiring farmer and you need
Hmm.
assistance, Go Farm Hawaii has the training, the education, they have the technical expertise to help you put your ag plan or farming plan together. Go Farm, go check it out. Anyway, yeah, told you it was gonna be lots to talk about.
Well,
Hey,
I do want to share one shout out and just a real short burb. For those of you that lived in the Lihui area, you saw ton loads of trucks moving from the harbors to the Lihui airport. And I tell you, this contractor that's doing the expansion on the runway, um, airport runway, because the expansion for the runways is long overdue. Safety first. You need to lengthen that runway, plain and simple. Um, Many of us who commute uh, frequently knows what it's like. As soon as the wheels touch down, it's head jerking time, right? We go straight into the seat in front of us because they're putting on the brakes. Well, because there's not enough material on the island for the extension, the company bore the cost and had everything barged in. And they were limited time because they were using space down at the harbors. And I want to say thanks to the DOT and Matson for allowing raw materials to come on the island. But for all the trucking companies on Kauai, you folks pulled through. I think we moved in a single, a day, nearly 400 truckloads of material from the harbor up until the airport. Because once it starts, they're going to put a plant on the airport to make everything and lay it down, not have it trucked in from a plant like that you see many times. So I just want to give a shout out to the contractor, Road and Highway Builders. I want to give a shout out to the many trucking firms like Haumea, uh, Molly Rita, everybody that joined in, that did the hauling. I want to pay a special thanks to the crew from the DOT and the security, which happens to be the one that I manage, Allied Universal. Um, the guards not only went over and beyond because there's so much regulations involved on who can and cannot go on airport and harbors property, but they also knew that because of the amount of moving parts involved, they were actually directing traffic at the same time as well, keeping the flow because you figure that many truckloads and that's a lot of tonnage coming through, yet they were able to keep the traffic flowing. So I just wanted to give a shout out to all that was involved and thank you so much because trust me, when everybody pulls together and helps out, the job goes a lot faster. and we can have a safe airport because I think that's what we need. But we can be proud that, you know, we utilize all local talent right here on Kauai.
Yeah. That breaks on the plane, man. Sometimes you wonder, I like sometimes I wonder, are we actually going to stop before we hit the grass or go off of Aokini?
Yeah.
Um, let's see. The Woodwards. Hello and congratulations. I may live here, but my heart and soul will always be on Kauai, North Shore, specifically Anini. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. Thank you for the kind words. Thank you for the kind words. I did want to go back real quick to school to garden, as Jimmy says, as far as the sustainability. The state right now, and I've said this so many times to our legislators, and even legislators that are from other counties or other districts. The state needs to regulate and require schools in the DOE to utilize as best they can local produce, local meats, and the response I get from legislators is, well, we don't have enough supply to feed all the schools. Well, it's not going to happen overnight. But let's say next year they said, hey, schools across the state, every school got to get 30% or 40% of your foods got to come from local producers. In 2026, it's going to go up to 50%. In 2027, it's going to go to 60%. And it's going to go up to 70%. And then you give the farmers and the ranchers the opportunity to ramp up slowly to meet the demand. And then we'll get to a point where the vast majority of our foods in our schools will be locally produced. But until the state steps in and sets that kind of requirements, then it's not going to happen. And you're going to start seeing what we see now. So I just
Well,
wanted to.
it's you hit the nail on the head, Mel, because what you're talking about, that's what they talk about, renewable energy, right?
Mhm.
They have the renewable energy initiative by 2030. They want uh, each county at a certain percentage, relying on solar and all of that, right? So I'm pretty sure they can make the same argument for locally grown produce. I know. I think it was 2 or 3 years ago. Um, my lovely wife, she was part of that initiative where Waimea High School was using local produce, uh, subsidized food. We brought in the shrimp from Kauai Shrimp and started to put it into the lunch program. I know they do it in the hospitals, and they try to get it. And if you folks on Kauai haven't seen, if you're driving to the west side and you look Mauka on Kamakana and you see that nice green fields, that's some beautiful cabbage that's being grown, and you just don't see it. I mean, it's as far as the eye can see, just cabbages just growing. I mean, beautifully, beautifully.
Yeah, and so if we provide that market for our farming or ag industry, then it will
Yes.
grow. It will grow, right? If I know that the DOE needs X amount of tons of cabbage, or then you can plan to grow, you can plan to upgrade your farms. But without that, and the farmers cannot farm and not make money. So yeah, I think for me that's a discussion that the state needs to really have and really start, because everybody talks about it, right? Hey, we got to support farming, food sustainability, all amazing campaign terms. But then what? We're not going to speak it into fruition. Yeah, we got to keep talking about it, but without the action, without the regulation, without the requirements, it ain't going to happen. It just ain't going to happen.
What
Uh,
I would like, what I would like to see though, if we talk about farming, I would like to see more boots on the ground type of people in key places when we talk about farming. I don't want somebody who got their degree in carpentry talking about farming if they don't farm. You know what I mean? I mean, it's easy to talk, but you need the people that walk the walk that can say with certainty, yeah, this is going to make sense growing this crop. No, this is not, because the ground does not allow for it to produce enough. Somebody needs to be that guiding force so we can all go in that right direction, because it can be very discouraging. You put your hand to the soil, and yet nobody told you that's not the right kind of plant to grow there. So you're doomed from the beginning, right? But for those of us who don't know that, we see that, we get discouraged, like, wow, I blood, sweat, and tears went into this, and nothing came out of it. You need somebody with that expertise to tell you, hey, go this route. The rewards are you're gonna see the rewards.
Exactly. Hey, Charlie,
Yes, sir.
Patsy, if Marshall is coming to Korea on Monday, where's the best place to get kololo? I like Hanale Taro, Hanale Poi. I mean, Hanale Taro, Hanale. Yeah,
Yeah,
but I'm not sure on a Monday. Patsy, if you're watching, can you
yeah.
respond? Because I know
Lindsay, um, I
Haraguchi,
forget the
Haraguchi.
Horiguchi. Yeah,
Yeah, the
they
Haraguchis.
got
But
the.
I think they
Yeah,
only might be only Tuesdays or only Thursdays. Patsy knows because she's our shopper. Or,
yeah.
but yeah, I don't know if Pono Market still has the kololo. But if anybody can help Marshall, just put them in the comments. Put them in the comments. I
Hmm.
love kololo. I love kololo. That is like candy. And Kauai does have the best, by the way, Marshall. I think you already know that. Hey, I got one fun question because Thanksgiving's coming up
Uh-huh.
soon, and I wanna. This is really for our viewers. I really wanna do a real quick poll: turkey or ham?
Well,
Charlie, what is your preference?
living on Kauai, I'll go with turkey. But when I was, being born and raised on Oahu, there was this special place um, right by past the university, and they used to make spiral ham, and they cut them for you and all that, and it was just the best. So while we're living in Honolulu, ham was our preference. Yeah, we preferred ham.
All right. Well, Tyson says turkey. Charlie says, hang on, let me get my pen here because I'm actually going to do a real poll here. Turkey and ham. Turkey has two so far. Okay, Keith says ham. Okay, ham. Mel says ham. I'm not a turkey guy
Yeah.
unless it's deep fried. Ooh, deep fried. But if
Yep.
I gotta choose, I'm gonna go with turkey. I'm gonna go with ham. Jimmy says, why not both? No, you can have both, but what's your preference? What would you prefer if you had to only choose one? Tyson, here we go. Tyson gotta come up with Tyson, you crack
Yep.
me up.
Turkey
That
tail.
doesn't even count, but because you already said turkey anyway. You can only vote once in this poll. Susan, ham. Thank you. Chucky, traditional Chucky, turkey. Oh, this is gonna be interesting. Rowena, welcome, Rowena. Nice to see you here. Turkey. Keith, didn't you vote earlier? Keith, I thought you did. You said honey baked ham. Okay. Ham backup in case you burn your turkey. Marshall says turkey. Okay. Come on, guys. Turkey is at 5 and ham is at 3. We need more.
Wait,
We
what?
need. Yes. Yeah. Only me, Susan, and Keith is with the ham.
And me?
No, you said turkey
I
on
said
Kauai.
ham on
You said,
Kauai, but okay, you're right. But this poll, it's ham. I
oh,
I,
okay.
I
So
prefer ham.
okay. So
Yeah,
now it's 4-4 tie. It's tie.
yeah.
We need a tiebreaker. Turkey or ham? You can only vote once.
What is that? My neighbor just said ham.
Oh man. Oh, come on. I know we get more than 8 people watching right now. Oh, but gravy on everything. Of course, Keith. You gotta have the gravy. You gotta have the gravy. You gotta have the potato salad. You gotta have and the stuffing. You gotta have stuffing. Even if you go with the oh,
Stovetop
see,
stuffing.
Rowena is like Tyson. Turkey tail lao lao. It's still turkey.
So stuffing this year. my guess, as long they if they can keep lopchong in stock, that's what I want.
Okay, Carl says turkey. Kehao says turkey. Uh oh. Charlie, ham is losing. We're now 6-4. Um, yeah, the stuffing is critical.
And
Critical.
folks, if you can try it this year, I know you make your traditional potatoes, mashed potatoes or whatever, but try making some potato salad with imitation crab inside. Go that route.
Patsy makes her auntie's recipe, and she get imitation crab, and oh, it's just delicious.
Ooh.
Oh my lord! And get the spaghetti noodles inside.
Yep,
Oh, but last night she made on fried rice, Charlie. Or was it last night? Yeah, I think it was last night. You said lapchong, and I said it triggered me. So she made this fried rice with. I think she'd clean out the ice box and the freezer because it had
yep,
carrots, had broccoli, but the lapchong. Lapchong makes anything delicious.
yep.
Charlie, what did your other neighbors say?
Oh, I'm sorry. Wait. Okay, they said to put down ham. He just told me to tell you ham.
Looks like Turkey is going to win tonight with this
Yeah,
group, but that's
yeah.
okay. That's okay. That's okay. My
But
mom
the
used to
bottom
make
line is this:
what is lup
what
lup lup curing? What is that? Lup curing. Was that a typo? Should that be lup chong or?
that spell check when go to curing. Yeah, guarantee.
And lup chong is absolutely
No,
healthy.
but
You know that,
the
right,
store
Charlie?
the stores was out of it. For the last couple weeks, you
Yeah.
just couldn't find it. And I know, like in Chinatown in Honolulu, because my aunt and uncle for years, and my cousin Becky was one of the leaders that everybody ponied up and bought that River Street Market, and they put it on a historical site now. It has to stay that way. They can't knock it down and build whatever they want to build. It has to be for the market purposes. And I remember, you know, everything from pig feet, pigtail, roast pork, lapchong, everything you could think of. Um, all the Chinese vegetables.
Mm.
That's why you look forward to going down to Chinatown Saturday morning early. My dad, being pure Hawaiian, his thing was he would always go to the store that had the roast pork. And this one guy remembers my dad, and he would cut the tail. 'Cause my dad used to like to nibble on the crunchy part of the pigtail when it
Yeah.
comes out of the oven. Oh man, and that's why sometimes I just sit at work and everybody says, "Hey boss, you okay?" And I literally start to cry because I think of my dad. Because my dad was like that last breed of the pure Hawaiian. He had kinky hair, dark complexion. He could pass for Afro American. I mean, he was a dark Hawaiian, but I could just see him. There was a few, it didn't take much to make him happy. But going with my dad to River Street, Mauna Kea Street, and watching him just eat on that the pigtail, the crunchy part, and
Mm.
I miss seeing that.
Duck egg.
Oh, the salted duck egg. I hope.
Yeah, the salted one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that bagahigo. I mean, yeah, as long as it's not the raw one, not the balut. That one no can. No.
No, the salted duck egg. You break that puppy. Now, get them when it's kind of loose, and you put them right on your podcast and you steam that bugger together. Or you
Mm.
use the salted fish and you put them on the podcast. Whew.
Mm. I'm getting hungry. I am getting hungry. But we're not getting any more. For those of you that had just come on, we got a poll going right now. You can only vote once, but it's Thanksgiving is coming up, and we're trying to figure out your preference: turkey or ham, not duck balut. And you spelt it wrong, by the way.
No, it's ballot. That's for the
Yeah,
election. It's
yeah. That I cannot. That I cannot. No, I cannot eat one egg or a chick. Cannot. Sorry. No.
but you know, we gotta how should I say, we have to recognize the diversity here on Kauai with our
Of course.
immigrants, and a lot of them have that. And you know, I mean, I tried it, and I'll be honest, I didn't like it, but I tried it, and whew, was rough.
I
Was
like
rough.
Kehao.
Yeah,
Kehao. My sentiments exactly. Yeah. No, no, you're right, Charlie, and that's the beauty of living here,
yeah.
that you can actually see all of that. And yeah, I never tried it, and I never will. But I
Yeah.
give you credit. Um, Tyson said he's only half Filipino, so forgive him. No, Charlie, go Tyson, go for it, man. Go for it. Keith says one
Yeah.
day he will eat that, but gotta be with whiskey. Yeah, yeah, a lot of whiskey. I mean, it's gotta. I gotta be so drunk. Uh, no, no. I'll just eat the salted duck egg. That's number one chicken
And
side.
you know what's even, we're talking about eating all these foods now, right? So in the Iona household growing up, there were certain times of the week that my mom would only make liver and bacon. I'm not a liver guy. And no matter how many times she forced me, I still don't like liver. But I give those credit who can eat liver. My youngest son, he will make Stephanie and I sick when he go luau and he see the aki, the raw liver.
Mm-hmm.
And right in front of us, he would just gobble that thing out.
Mm,
And he can eat like 5, 6 bowls, one crack.
mm.
Me, I look at that, I like faint. I mean, I get mad at him. I says, you better knock that, what, off. But there are people that enjoy that, and I appreciate that. You like the delicacy. Um, how you learn to love it, I don't know. And like for me, growing up, I hated vegetables, and I always told people I don't eat vegetables because I was told vegetables stunt my growth. Well, I'm 6'1", and I love vegetables now. The only thing I will not eat is bell peppers.
Can you imagine if you had eat vegetables when you was young? You'd be 7'2". Okay, we got PSA public service announcement from Marshall. Anyone know any auto mechanics on Kauai looking for a job? Hawaiian get one opening. Hawaiian Airlines get one opening there. It's online on the site. If you guys know anyone, Marshall. Hawaiian Airlines is airplanes. You don't
No,
like one
that's
auto mechanic unless it's for fix the what the truck.
the tugs and stuff like that. Yeah, the
Help
ramp
me
equipment.
understand that because if you guys want to start hiring auto mechanics for fix your jet engines, and I'm not flying Hawaiian Airlines. Sorry, guys, I'm not. Nope.
Marshall is one of the best. You know that.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. As long as they trained, but if you're fixing one Toyota 4 cylinder, that's your specialty. Now you no. All right. Okay. He clarified. It's the tugs and stuff. Okay. I feel
Yeah.
better. I'll
No,
continue to
that's what I
fly
said.
Hawaiian.
The one for the baggage
Yeah.
carts and all that. Yeah.
Yeah. Kehal said, I love liver, onion, and andouille. Bacon.
Andui.
Yeah, andouille.
Yeah.
Andouille. Yeah.
I
Oh
give you
my
credit,
goodness.
y'all.
Okay, now we're getting technical. It's the GSE mechanic. What is GSE? Ground service
Equipment.
equipment. I
Yep.
bet you. Damn, I'm
Yep.
smart. Marshall
So
said
Marshall,
he fixes everything that doesn't fly.
you're at Honolulu, correct? He's at Honolulu,
Yes.
and I think he works with my cousin Lane Lima over at Hawaiian Airlines. Lane's been there for a long time, but I give my cousin credit because he went into the military, went to Marines, and during the Reagan era, he was that kid outside the helicopter, rain or shine, and he salutes the president when the president
Oh,
comes off
really?
the helicopter. Yeah, he was one of those. Yeah, that's my
Awesome.
cousin, Lane Lima.
Well, we appreciate all the mechanics, whether you're on the ground or fixing the planes, because they all make it happen.
You remember the other week
Ah,
we talked about when they have flights delayed? you and I were talking about, and they say it might be mechanical, and then half an hour later says, "Okay, everything okay now? You can go back on." And someone came up to me at the airport and said, "You know, Uncle Charlie, you made sense," and I couldn't stop laughing because I thought the same thing too. Hey, if something wrong with the plane already, no, try to fix them real fast and tell me get on the thing.
Yeah,
It's not
I'll
gonna
just
happen.
yeah. You can give my seat to someone else. I'll catch the next one. Yeah, I know. I mean, you ever look in a cockpit of one of those jets and my God, all the buttons and switches and lights and nope, nope.
You know, there's gotta be a pattern when you fly. You can touch only certain buttons. Me, I'm the type, I question myself. You know, like when you take on tests and they tell you usually your first guess is the right guess, but you over there you ponder and then you change your answer. Just imagine if I was flying on a plane and I turned it, I said, "Is this the right one or what?" I thought it was, but maybe I should turn this one.
Yeah, that's why you're not one pilot, Charlie. That is why you're not one pilot.
Oh, I can fantasize. Just
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like there's so many buttons and switches. I wonder how many actually get pressed during a flight. Probably not many. I don't know. I mean, if you gotta press that many buttons, some man.
yeah.
Wait till they get the electric planes that are pilotless. That no more pilot. You just go in and the computer going to take off and fly you to where you gotta go and land. And can you imagine?
Well, I tell you what. I probably won't make my Pualani gold or platinum if that was the case.
Yeah, I'll never leave the island. Oh man, hell no. We're good on the ground. Susan said we're both good on the ground. That's good. Yeah, I'll,
Okay.
I'll never get into a pilotless or driverless car for sure. I'm not getting into an electric airplane. Nope, nope. Battery powered. Mm-mm. No, I
My
got a
brother
battery
went.
shaver. I got a battery thing that I use for shave when I do shave, and the thing told me the battery good for 4 months, and it's never good for 4 months. And it's like an airplane, right? Yeah, nowhere you get. Mm-mm. At least I can shave with a manual razor when the battery die. What you gonna do with the airplane at 30,000 feet? You're
Well,
gonna crash. You're gonna crash.
as a musician, they tell us, "Hey, your bass not going to eat up that much power. No worry." And I believe that until one day I was playing and just had no sound.
Yeah,
And it's so embarrassing to try to put in a new battery and everybody's looking at you and it's like, "I'm sorry, folks. I should have known better." Yeah, you got a special question.
yeah, Keith. If I was Asian, it would last 4 years because I'm assuming you're saying Asians no more the hair for shave. Oh my gosh. See,
Yep. Yep.
that's funny. That's funny. So, Charlie, what are you
Yes.
what are you guys actually doing this Thanksgiving on this holiday season coming up? You know, I don't know if I told you guys, but my daughter's giving birth again in January. Jahari just made 1 year old in September, and in January she's gonna give us our second grandson.
Oh,
So I'm stoked.
second.
Second, just a second.
Oh.
So we're kind of excited, kind of excited.
Let me just share some sentiments about grandparenting. Grandparents is put on earth for one thing and one thing only: to spoil the heck out of your grandchild. I used to get scolding by my daughter-in-law all the time. Dad, when she was small, my Kyra, who's not small anymore, Miss 2018, Miss Kauai, right? When she was small, I used to take her to the name slipped me, that famous toy store.
Toys
Used to
R
be,
Us.
yeah, Toys R Us. Okay. And she said, Dad, you can only let her get one item. and we were living in Hawaii Kai at the time. And I said, okay. So everybody was over at the house having dinner, and she was a little fussy. And I said, you go with Papa, I'm gonna buy you one toy. So she's all happy. I get there, you know when they have that look that just melts your heart. And all I told myself is, Lord, please forgive me, but I'm not gonna listen to my daughter-in-law. We go back to our condo. Now, our condo had complimentary wagons, right? And I'm putting all the toys in the wagons because there's no way I'm gonna carry everything up by hand. And plus carrying my granddaughter. Get upstairs. I just got scolding. It's like, Dad, what did you do? And I said, sweetheart, I'm doing what all grandparents should be doing, and that is loving their grandchild and getting them whatever they want. Plain and simple. That's our job.
I agree, Charlie. Spoil them and send them home, says Kehao. Yeah, I'm the same way, Charlie, and I'm gonna spoil the heck out of my grandsons. In fact, when we go up for the new birth or the birth of the new baby,
Yeah.
I'm thinking about buying two of them one gift, just one that they can share. But it's a Harley Davidson motorcycle. Yeah, and their dad can take care of them until they're old enough to drive, and then when I go up, of course I'll borrow it for a little while.
Well, I had the hardest task. You know when the child gets their first set of immunizations, right? And so my daughter-in-law said, Dad, can you go with me, but can you hold her when the doctor gotta give the shots? And so I did that, and my baby looked at me and she was
Oh,
smiling. But when she felt that needle, she gave one bloody yell. I literally cried, but I held her so tight, and then she stopped. And I told myself I'll never go through that again. But
yeah,
I did.
that is that is. I never. In fact, where's up? In Texas, in Austin, the doctor come to your house. How's that? They come to your
Well,
house. They get their bag. They get the scale. They do the immunizations at the house. You know how that is amazing. That is amazing. That is
Hawaii,
that
they
is good
cannot
stuff.
do that because they're gonna get robbed. That's why they don't come to your house.
Okay, Marshall, this concerns me. I'm hearing rumors that the Austin flight, Hawaiian Airline Austin flight, might be canceled by Alaska Air. I know you said your daughter is there now. Yeah. See, those guys, when they was talking about the merger, they said, no, it's going to be better. It's going to be better for both airlines. No one going to lose their jobs. Everything, service is going to improve. You're going to be able to use your points on both airlines. And then, not what, last week or the week before, maybe 3 weeks ago, all the jobs getting cut. Hawaiian Airlines. A
That's
lot of people gonna lose their jobs. Now they're gonna be cutting flights. I'm pissed off. I'm going, damn it. I'm mad
I
because
think I think they're cutting the management side. That's what it sounds like.
well, a lot of the managers we knew that was happening, right? But no, some lying people too. And Marshall, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's what I read.
I didn't hear any. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's not a lot, but you know what, Charlie? If you're the one that's getting cut, it's it's life changing. It's life changing. So, you know, anyway, I'm still pissed off. Not even more mad now because if they're gonna cancel the Austin flight, they only fly to Austin 3 days a week. It's not like a daily flight. So, it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. Right on, Chucky. Go enjoy the football game. I know tonight get some good football games on Oahu. Some
Yep.
championship games. The D2 and D1 Kauai teams, Kapa D1 KIF champs and Kauai D2 KIF champs will be playing their games here on Kauai. So um, at least we're gonna be able to watch the first round here on Kauai. In fact, Kapa might be second round because I think they might even have a bye depending on the seeding. I didn't check recently, but yeah,
Mm.
it's gonna be fun to watch our two Kauai teams vying for the championship. Would be nice if we can get the D1 and D2 champs here on Kauai. That would be awesome. That would be
Yep.
awesome.
That'll be neat.
Yeah. Well, Charlie, that was a quick hour, man.
Well, I always enjoy coming on and talking story with you, and getting sometimes we kind of go off track a little, but that's what makes Mel and Charlie who we are. But I would like to say first of all, thank you so much for the opportunity, Mel. It's always a pleasure for me to talk story with you, and to our villagers that join in. And it's good to see that they're giving up of their precious time to be with us. So thank you so very very much.
Yeah, it is Friday night, so tonight WWE SmackDown is on TV. So I know you guys might be watching that and this, but whatever it is, appreciate you guys jumping on. We'll be back next week Thursday night, and let
Hmm.
us know. If you guys want us to have a guest or talk about specific topics, let us know. Shoot me on message, and we'll be more than happy to. This is all completely off the cuff. You know what I mean? Oh, is next week Thursday Thanksgiving? Hold on, let me check my calendar.
No, I think it's the
No, 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 no.
no, it's a
It's the
week
28th.
after.
The 28th.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 more weeks. 2 more weeks.
Hmm.
Yeah. So next week. Yes, next week Thursday we will be back and shooting the caca and having some fun. Appreciate you joining us again, Charlie. It's always a pleasure.
No, it's my pleasure, and it's an honor. It's an honor for me to join
Well, the honor is all mine. So, folks,
you.
you guys take care. You guys stay safe. God bless. We love y'all. Until next time, ahui ho.
Aloha.
Yeah, aloha.